times when you get tired, I will help you through. Little heart, when you get broken, I will shelter you.
Oh, hello there, little ones. Oma was just busy cleaning up after a visit with one of her girlfriends. It's become an annual tradition for Oma to get together with her friends right before the holidays. And we talk about the cookies that we're going to bake for our families. Sometimes we even share a recipe or two. What's a tradition, you ask? Well, a tradition is a belief or behavior that gets passed down from generation to generation. When Oma was little, I used to watch my mom get together with her girlfriends and do the very same thing. And I'm so glad that I've carried on this same fun tradition. There are all kinds of traditions. There are religious traditions. There are social traditions, like maybe the outfit a lawyer wears in the UK, their wig and their robes, or a military uniform in the United States Army. There are also lots and lots of holiday traditions. I'm sure your family has one or two. Today's book that I've picked for us to read talks all about traditions and sometimes the need to change a tradition and maybe modify it a little bit for one reason or another. So let me just finish tidying up all of this mess and then we'll read our story together. Oh, here we are. Oh, well, hello, my little furry friends. Aren't you all in your traditional Christmas outfits today? Just like Oma and her traditional Christmas tree trucks. Isn't that fun? Well, today's book is called Jingle, the Christmas Clown, and it's written by an author that we're familiar with, Mr. Tommy DiPaolo. Remember, we read one of his books already, My First Passover. And remember how Oma told you long time ago, I used to dress as Strega Nona, one of his favorite characters, and go to all of the local elementary schools and read her books. It was so much fun. Now, Mr. DiPaolo, he came from Irish and Italian immigrants, and many of his books are written about folklore or traditional stories passed down. Today's story is an Italian folklore story, and some of the words are written in Italian, and Oma will do her very best because I'm not Italian. Oh, thank you, Shy Baby Bear, for watching my glasses. Let's begin. Jingle, the Christmas Clown, written by Tommy DiPaolo. Papa, papa, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, papa, papa, tilly-tilly-tilly-dee. Tilly-tilly-tilly-dee, papa, papa. Nothing sounded happier to Jingle than the music of the band filling the air as Il Circo Piccola, the little circus, traveled across the countryside. Jingle rode with the baby animals. The older clown said that he was still too young and small to perform with them, so it was Jingle's job to take care of the babies. Frick, frack, smick, and smack, be still, he called to the baby monkeys, who were jumping back and forth between Sparkle the pony and Pita the donkey. The baby elephant's trunk drooped. Don't worry, Lolly, we'll be there soon, and you can rest. Every year, Il Circo Piccolo stopped at the same village before going on to the big city, where it performed from the day after Natale, Christmas, until Capodanno, New Year's Day. On the Vigilia di Natale, Christmas Eve, there would be a special show for the village. It was Jingle's favorite night. All the villagers, young and old, laughed and clapped and cheered. How much fun! There's the village, the impresario shouted out. "It looks different," said Madame Sophie, the bareback rider. "There's no smoke coming out of the chimneys." "Everything looks closed up," said Rollo, the tightrope walker. A cold gust of wind blew across the hills, and the aerialist family shivered. "Where is everyone?" "Ooh," they asked. As the circus troupe looked on, a small group of people climbed up the hill to meet them. "Buongiorno, Signor Mayor," greeted the impresario. "Il Circo Piccola is here once again, ready to perform on Christmas Eve." "Ah, impresario," the mayor said, puffing from his climb, "I have sad news. I'm afraid there can be no circus this year. Too much rain in the spring and a hot, dry summer have ruined our crops, and many families have left our village. There is hardly anyone here." "Our little mill has stopped," the miller's wife said. "My husband has to go to another town to look for work." "Only we Vincenti, old-timers, are left," Pietro the barber said to them. "Most of our shops have closed." "Even the church has closed," said Signora Lina, who used to clean the priest's house. "We have to go all the way to the next town for the Holy Mass." "So we won't be celebrating Christmas here this year," the mayor added, sadly. "And we certainly can't afford the circus either. We're sorry, everyone." "That is terrible," the impresario said. "What shall we do?" asked the clowns Toto and Clipo. "Let's keep going to the city," said Il Muscolo, the strong man. "If we hurry, we can get the tents up and do a Christmas Eve performance there." Yes, you're right," the impresario agreed. "Let's get moving, everyone. Arrivederci, my friends. We are sorry for your trouble, and we hope that next year things will be better for you." "Impresario, sir," a small voice said. It was Jingle. "What is it, Jingle?" the impresario asked. "The baby animals, senor. They are too tired and too small to go all that way now. We have been traveling all day. Can't we rest here tonight and go tomorrow?" "If we wait, we'll lose too much time," Il Muscolo complained. "Let Jingle stay here with the babies. We can come back for them after the Christmas Eve performance," Madame Sophie suggested. "It's only the day after tomorrow," said Toto and Clipo. "Will you be all right, Jingle?" the impresario asked. The little clown sadly nodded. "Jingle, you can set up your tent near my barn," offered Donna Chiara. Every winter she let the circus stay in her fields. "We will help you," some of the old people said. "A small tent shouldn't be too hard." So it was decided. Il Circo Piccolo would move on, and Jingle and the baby animals would stay behind. Jingle watched as the wagons rode away. Poor Jingle. Poor baby animals. They all tried not to cry. In no time, a small tent was pitched for Jingle and the babies, and their wagon was parked nearby. Jingle got food and water for them all. Donna Chiara came out to them. "Well, bambina mia, my children," she said, "I am sorry that you have to be here in our sad little village, especially with Christmas coming. Nobody young, not even the baby animals, should be without Christmas." "But what about you and all the others?" Jingle asked. "Won't you miss Christmas?" "Oh, we old folks have had many Christmases before," Donna Chiara said with a smile. "And the priest is coming on Christmas Day to celebrate the Holy Mass." "But I will miss our Mass on the Vigilia di Natale," she said sadly. "And everyone will miss the family feast that night and the stelline d'oro, our special cookies that look like golden stars, but we have our memories, so it won't be too bad." But Jingle saw the tears in her eyes. "Well, buonanotte, piccini. Good night, little ones," Donna Chiara said, and she went into her home. Now Jingle began to feel sorrier for the villagers than for himself and the baby animals. "It's so sad, babies," Jingle said to the animals. "I can't even imagine no Christmas. I wish there was something we could do for our friends." The baby animals gathered around him. Arthur and Bowsy, the puppies, hopped up onto Jingle's lap. Rana, the tiger cub, and Simbo, the lion cub, snuggled next to him. Even Frick, Frack, Smick, and Smack stopped chasing each other around and looked at Jingle. Suddenly, Arthur and Bowsy jumped down and began to dance around like the big dogs. Lolly stood on her hind legs, while the cubs swatted their paws like the big cats. "That's it!" Jingle cried. "We will put on a circus of our own for the village. We have all day tomorrow to get ready. We will make a Christmas for the town. Everyone, sit still now and let me think." Early the next morning, Jingle went to this village square and put up a sign. The mayor came out of his house. "Oh, piccola pagliaccio, little clown," the mayor said. "You are kind, but we can't have a circus this year. We are too poor." "But, Signor Mayor, it says it's free," Signora Lina said. "But it also says the town square, and it's starting to snow," Pietro pointed out. "You won't be able to perform here tonight." "It will be all right. I know it will," Jingle said. "Please come." "Ah, Jingle," Donna Chiara said when Jingle told her what he and the animals were going to do. "You have such a big heart, caro mio. I shall help you too. I can sew your costumes." Donna Chiara sat and sewed while Jingle rehearsed with the baby animals. Outside, snow fell all day long. "I know it will be all right," Jingle kept telling himself. "I know in my heart. We mustn't give up. Now, once more." And there they went. "It's time, everyone." Jingle stepped out of the tent. The night took his breath away. The snow had stopped, and the stone streets sparkled with white stars. The stars were looking like diamonds flung up by a giant hand. Then they twinkled in the deep blue velvet sky. How beautiful they are. Donna Chiara walked to the town square with Jingle and his troop. Lolly swept away the snow in a big circle. Sparkle and Peta packed it down with their hooves. The monkeys climbed all over the place, putting up ropes. "Time to put on our costumes," Jingle called. Next, he took the instruments out of the trunk and gave them to the monkeys. When the little troop marched around the square, banging the drums and tooting the horns, Donna Chiara knocked on doors and shutters. Slowly, one after another, shutters opened and then doors. The villagers came out of their houses and Jingle's circus began. Yippee! Arthur and Bowsy jumped on and off Sparkle and Peta as they trotted around. Lolly danced. Simbo and Rana jumped through hoops. The monkeys swung on ropes and trapeze. Whee! And Jingle tumbled better than he had ever tumbled before. The audience clapped and cheered. Hooray! And now, friends, our finale, Jingle announced proudly. The baby animals formed a pyramid. Jingle gave each of them a candle, and there in the middle of the square stood a living Christmas tree. One by one, the villagers went into their houses and put lighted candles in their windows. "Look, look," the old people whispered and pointed to the pyramid. The Christmas angel had appeared at the top of the living Christmas tree. The angel opened its hands and golden stars fluttered down. Buon Natale, the angel sang. Buon Natale, Merry Christmas, the villagers sang back. And when they looked at Jingle and the baby animals to thank them for their gift of Christmas, there, shining over Jingle's heart, was one of the golden stars. Ah, the end. Oh, what a beautiful job Jingle did. And I can see why Mr. DiPaolo wrote about this traditional Italian tale. You know, some of your family traditions may be changing this year too, just like Jingle's. And you may be a little unsure or afraid, just like Jingle was, and the small animals, when they couldn't be with all of their family either at Christmas time. But just like Jingle, my little friends, we can all keep the same love shining in our hearts like a twinkling star until we're all reunited once again. And I hope you always remember that no matter near or far, Oma is sending you her hugs and her blessings. I hope you'll catch them, hold them real tight. Until then, bye-bye.
Tired, I will help you through. Little heart, when you get broken, I will shelter you. Little ears, if you will listen, you will hear the truth. You will hear the truth. It's a big world, baby, big enough to dream. To do great things. Ooh. I'll be with you, right beside you, hold you when you cry. When the rain is falling on you, I will keep you dry. When you sail on stormy seas, I will be your guide. I will be your guide. It's a big world, baby, big enough to dream. You're not too small to do great things. Hear the music play, dancing in your soul. Listen to the symphony. You're beautiful. Ooh. It's a big world, baby, big enough